welcome everyone to another combined lesson with myself
Hello.
and John. This time, we are looking at "Human Nature" by Michael Jackson, um, which I set. It was John that set the challenge. Actually, I picked the
No.
song, but John set the challenge. So you said, "Why don't we both go off and try and arrange it separately, see
Yeah.
what we come up with?" Um, if I'm telling the truth, we did this about 2 months ago, and in month one we didn't achieve it. So here we are with our arrangements. John's, as you'd expect, is significantly more complicated than mine, and mine is quite a simple version.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, this is John playing his rather brilliant version. So I think what we're going to do is, if we were to go through John's bar by bar, I think we'd be here for about 6 or 7 hours because there's a lot going on there. So I think what we're going to do is try and talk through, I guess, the core of the song, and I'll talk about how I went through my version, which is much simpler, and then maybe John can throw in some ideas of how he made his a little bit more advanced and made it sound a bit more interesting.
Okay. All right. Let's do it like that then. That sounds good.
Cool. So the notable differences between mine and yours are you can't stand my intro, can you, John? And your intro is a lot more complicated than mine.
It's not that I can't stand it. It's just that when you sent me your tab for it, I thought, it's different. It's a creative take on it. But having said that, the original Michael Jackson version has this synthesizer on it, and there seems to be some kind of delay going on. So it was incredibly difficult to do.
There's a lot going on in that intro,
Yeah. And mine is slowed down a lot. I was looking for other versions as well. I was trying to cheat as well, looking for sheet music on the internet, and a lot of them were just hopelessly done. Like in terms of like trying to get that synth introduction down, they just couldn't get it right.
That probably tells you something about the complexity of the task at hand.
Yeah, that's right. And it's not really suited to ukulele. So what you did is, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's just my first reaction was, that's not what I'm hearing on the Michael Jackson record. But after listening to it, yeah, it's got its own charm. It's
Yeah,
got its own
that's
appeal to it, if you
a
like.
a backhanded compliment if ever you heard one, folks. Right there.
I don't know,
Um,
mate. I'll have to listen to it again. All right, let's go with your introduction now.
okay, so
But assuming that everybody that's watching us is actually familiar with the Michael Jackson song, we just assume, that as he's an absolute legend of pop music, everybody knows this song. It
yeah,
wasn't
I'm not
wasn't one of
sure
his
where.
greatest hits, was it?
No, I'm not sure where it sort of stands in his yeah, it is his best ever songs. The reason I wanted to do this song is about 20 years ago when I was having guitar lessons.
Right.
My guitar tutor gave me an arrangement for guitar, it sounded brilliant on acoustic guitar. Unfortunately, I can't remember who it was, whose version it was based on, but it was really good. It sounded great. So yeah, I've always had a sort of a bit of a like for this song, particularly an acoustic version. So yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure we quite. I certainly didn't get to the level of that acoustic guitar version, but yeah, it was just a good challenge for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so my rather simple intro sounds like this. So there's a lot of notes that have been taken out just because there's a lot of notes that are going on. John, do you want to? Can you play your intro now?
If you want, yeah. So I'm starting with. All right. So I've got a kind of F sharp. No, it's not. I don't even know what that chord is, to be honest with you. So you're gonna have to. You might have to cut this. Let me just figure this out. So A minor. Yeah, it starts with an F sharp minor, which again I didn't find that in the sheet music. It's probably something else extended because I've actually got the notes. I've got a C sharp in it as well, and I'm going down to the A chord. Okay, so going, and then we're going to an F major 7 down to an E minor. And, that's the feel that you get. Okay, so we're going to A to F sharp F major 7 to E minor, right? And the bit with the synthesizer with the delay, I'm just trying to simplify it. And then with the F major 7, what I need to do is I'm playing the F and the E together. It's got a little bit of dissonance there, and then quickly dropping my little finger on the note B here, and my little finger on the note A. So that when I finish playing all the notes, I've got the F major 7 chord, and then down to just a little part of an E minor, the G and the E.
Yep.
Okay, keeping my little finger on the C, and as I can't resist putting a little bit of the campanella in it, so I'm going to do C, so 2 Gs, so the G fretted and the G open, and then slide down to B. Okay, but that's all going to be in the tab, so we're not going to go all through it right now. Okay, can we just show me yours again?
Yeah.
So
What I'm doing is index finger fret 4 of the A string, put my second finger on fret 5, and I'm pulling off from that 5th fret to that 4th fret. Then I'm hitting the G string, so it's pull off.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. So and then I'm dropping my second finger on fret 5 of the E string and hitting that at the end. So it's twice.
Okay, so you're finishing with a note A there, okay?
Yep.
Like that?
Yep, that's right. And then the exact same thing down at 2nd and 3rd fret.
Okay. Yeah.
I just repeat that through.
It's nice.
I think what it was. So I actually went through some sheet music as well, like yourself, and what I found was I couldn't get that synth bit that you're talking about, that delay or whatever it is. I just couldn't get that sounding right at all. I did try, and then in the end, I just left it completely blank and thought, well, let's have a really pared back intro.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. It's nice. It's nice as it is.
Yeah, I think
The
John's reaction was it's not. It doesn't. There's a lot of notes going on. I'm not really hearing them, and I just
but
thought,
that G's not there.
yeah,
That G's
I
not there.
thought
So
let's
it's
just
not
take
there.
some artistic license and try and do a representation of the
Yeah,
intro.
why not?
I don't mind it so much. John was like, when he first heard it, it was like this. No, this is not it, and I'm like, I sort of don't mind it at all. Yeah. Anyway, you've got you're going to have the tab for both intros. So
Yeah.
take your pick, play both, whichever you want. So should we
Okay.
get started with the I guess the verses then?
So go straight into the verse. Yeah,
Yep.
straight into the verse then. And it's as far as I can see, it seems to be the two chords in the verse are G and A, mostly
Yep.
G and A, and then down to D or F sharp minor, or F sharp minor 7. Cheap music that I found had two sharps in the key signature, so that would make it Lydian mode. So it's not in the key of G. Because as I said, even in the intro, we finish on with an E minor shape, but there aren't very many G's in the melody at all. So I wouldn't say it's in the key of G. It could be G Lydian, but the fact that there are two sharps in the key signature would suggest to me that it's more in the key of D than in the key of G or A. But simple because it's just two chords. All right.
Yep.
So show me your melody then.
So I guess for the first part, you start out with that, like you say, that G up to a barred A, and then because I've got that barred A on, I'm just picking the notes there. Obviously, I could play them down here, but I'm playing them up there, and then it's very much centered around that.
That's it. That's it.
So what I struggled to do with this one is, I think maybe you can help answer this. So when I'm trying to arrange a song like this, because I'm not as well versed as John, what I will do is I'll go in I'll do a little bit of both. So I'll try and find the sheet music, and I'll also listen to it a lot of times, and I'll effectively just get all the notes down, the melody down completely, and then I'll try and dress that up with chords, which is quite a simple way of doing it.
Yeah.
And that tends to be where I'm at the moment. And if I play a lot and listen a lot, or maybe try and throw some bits in that I can't hear, or maybe that aren't in the music, aren't in the sheet music, I'll try and just throw some embellishments in here and there. What I struggled with this one is putting any chords in that weren't G or A sounded horrific. So, there were chords indicated in the music that weren't G or A that I could have landed on. And every time I sort of put them in, it just didn't sound right at all. So in the end, you'll see my version, my tab, when you download my tab and try and play it, the only time I'm in actually running a chord over the top of the melody is either a G or an A. I just don't do it at any other point in the song.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now there are other chords you can put in.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience to you, looking around, digging around the internet and seeing what other people were doing. I had a similar experience, and also trying to play along with the record. I was playing along with the records as well because rhythmically, it's not my strong point, the rhythm, and some of the sheet music I found didn't seem to be correct either rhythmically. So I was playing along with the record, and there were certain parts where I couldn't figure out what chords they were playing at all. So I'm listening for the bass notes, and I have, you're saying my version is complicated, but it's not really. I simplified a lot. Okay, so just going back to your verse then. So you've got G to A.
G to A, yep.
Yeah, and then you're playing the melody here.
So yeah, that's on the E string. That is 5, 7, 5, and then drop it to the C string, 6, 4. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Then back to the G.
Little finger up to the D.
Yeah, little finger just reaching up to that 5th fret.
Yeah.
Let me just do that bit again. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So largely, once you've done sort of the first, or in my version, once you've done. Sorry, I'm getting it wrong again. Hang on.
No, so that was good. That was all right.
Uh, so it's largely pretty much the same throughout. You're just picking different melody notes, and they all tend to be centered loosely around this G chord. Although we do end up on a D note here. No, it's not a D note. F sharp. Sorry.
It's F sharp.
Yeah, so
now that's the first place. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's all largely centered around that before we start moving a little bit further up the fretboard. So yeah, I couldn't really throw any other chords into that there at all.
Actually, yes, you can, because if you play your A chord, your standard A chord, okay, and you want to play in the melody, you've got the note F sharp here.
Yep.
All right, you're actually changing that A chord to the relative minor, which is F sharp minor. Okay, so what I've got is. And I've got my note F sharp.
Okay,
and I've got a nice flavour to it, because we're still going. We're just going G to A, G to A, but just by playing the chord and dropping my finger on the note F sharp, gives me an F sharp minor chord. So what we're looking for, in fact, with this is we're looking for it to be funky, and funky is going to use a lot of major sevens, minor sevens. So I can. And what I do at the last part, then I actually miss part of the melody, because I wanted to play that F sharp again, but this time I'm playing the F sharp over the over the G chord there, and down to the thing. So I'm actually missing part of the melody. Just listen to that again. So G back to A, G, A. All right. So and then I go. I just think it sounded nice with that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
and going back into the A, because it's always G A G A. That's the whole verse is G A, except when you get to that last part that goes up the neck.
Yep.
Okay, so when you go to the part where it says there right at the end, what you're just playing a single line melody.
Yeah, so I'm basically moving up the A string. So
okay.
What I would have liked to have done is land on a chord, just to give it a little bit more flavour. And naturally, I suppose. Let me just do this and see. To me, naturally, I would try and throw a chord in there on that. Is that D? On that D there. But I couldn't find one that really worked that well. Again, I struggled to get a chord into that.
Well, actually, you can, because just like I just showed you where I've got the F sharp here to make it F sharp minor. You've also got F sharp minor. If you play a D shape, play a D minor shape here. Okay, you've got D minor, E minor, F minor. All right, and then you put your little finger on the note E. Okay, and that gives you F sharp minor 7, which is very funky and very nice.
So where are you at there? So you're at the 5th fret with your.
So it basically is 6 6 5 7. 6 6 5 7. And then just push my little finger up to the 9th.
Let me try that. So
I missed it on my recording. You listen to it again. I missed it. It was really hard.
But you're
it kind of sounded like a dull thud when I hit that chord.
So what you're actually doing? So that's the note before it actually.
So
where I was
G
looking, isn't it?
So G chord, and the note is B to D, and then up to that F sharp minor 7, and then little finger up to the 9th. That's it. And then I'm playing back to a G major chord, but the feel of it could be an E minor chord, because I'm I've got my little finger on this note E, 7th fret,
Yep.
and then dropping it off like that. I
And
think
then
that's how I do it.
what's the rest of your chord shape there? So you've got
It's 7. So starting with the 3rd string,
yes,
not
it's
playing the 4th string.
7
7,
7,
7, 7,
and then you take.
and then taking it off to 5.
Okay, let me just try that.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Okay,
But,
yeah, okay.
okay,
Obviously, I missed that F sharp minor there because that's quite. Which, yeah, okay. That's a finger
okay.
workout.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, that's nice though.
Before it's good. It's good, but it's hard because I missed it. I didn't do a good job, I have to say. And the before the first chorus, in fact, he sings the verse twice. So transitioning back into when he goes back to so it's going G, F sharp minor 7, running up, and then I've got an A sus4. I'm only
That's
playing it on 3
nice.
strings. I'm only playing it on 3 strings because I've got a G open here. I'm not going to play that because I want my little finger to play the note D.
Yep.
Okay, so my A chord, my A triad is 4 5 4,
4 5 4. So basically a
and
G
then
slid
little
up. Yep.
finger. That's it. So it's like just a G. All right. So it goes. And then back into it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I
Well,
like
it sounds
that.
kind of
So
funky putting those
that's
chords
good.
in.
Yeah. So hopefully, well,
'Cause-
this is helping me massively because obviously I've got quite a basic version, and you're giving me a few things that will
Because
work
I
quite
actually
nicely.
I do the opposite to you, and I'm not, after like 35 years playing the guitar or whatever, or even longer, I'm still not sure it's the best thing to do.
So go on then. So
My
if
approach
I'm
to arranging,
yeah, if I'm going out with a melody and then trying to dress the melody up, I
yeah,
guess does that mean that you're
I'm going
finding
with the
the
chords.
chords and then trying to add the melody to the chords? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going for the chords. Even if it's if it's just a simple song with a C and a G, I'm thinking where can I add those notes? I'm going to put those notes into while I'm strumming the chords, and I find that easier. The disadvantage of me is that when I get to put it down on paper, it's messed up.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, my method.
I can't then fit the notes into it. Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose my
like,
method's quite nice in that you've got the timing down and everything's sort of right, and you're just working within that quite a rigid
you know,
framework.
that's it. And I never seem to learn my lesson because I did exactly the same thing this time, where listen to the song, find the chords, strum along to Michael Jackson. This is nice. This is really cool. I start to find the melody, right? And then once I've got it, trying to get the melody back into those chords on the sheet music, it's just an absolute nightmare. Then I realized that I'm playing along with the record. It sounds cool,
Yeah.
And then I get Guitar Pro to play it back to me. It doesn't sound right.
Well, yeah. I
I
mean,
can't argue with the machine.
what? But you can though, because you've got to go by your ears, haven't you? Like, you've kind of sort of got to forget that a little bit. I'm guilty of being far too rigid with everything that I do, but probably just because I don't have the skills that John's got or the ear, to be honest. But yeah, I think you've got to go with what you hear. I mean, I don't know if anyone that sort of watches these lessons has ever tried to tab anything out.
If anybody watches these lessons,
the part where you
put a comment in now if you got this far.
yeah, the part where you're actually listening to the song and playing the song, getting it down and working it out. That's the fun bit. Actually putting the tab down. It's not fun at all. There's no pleasure in that for me.
No, but it's like you're saying. It's what business consultants say. Eat the frog or whatever. It means doing the unpleasant thing first, right? And that's what you do. You get the tab down. You got everything structured. Me, I sit down, listen to the music. Oh, that's cool. What can I do? I'll start playing the chords, right? And then I've got to untangle it afterwards, and it's really hard trying to untangle it and get it down onto paper. But that sometimes I'm listening to a song and I think, oh, I can play that. I can hear the chords.
Well, there was one in particular. I can't remember what song it was. A while back that we were playing, and and you just sort of on the fly were strumming the chords and able to pick the melody out almost just on the fly, and it was brilliant because it just wasn't what I would have done in a million years. But you've just found a way to get the melody in really quickly.
Tell me what it is. That'll be our next lesson. That'll be our next lesson.
Yeah, I can't
No
remember what
effort.
it was. Well, we've already done I think it was already one of the lessons we've done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Karma Chameleon or.
No. Although, I was listening to that again the other day. I still want to do that.
I've got it. It's up here.
Okay.
I just need to listen to it again.
So where are we at in this song? We are at.
I don't know.
We're at the part where it's if they say why.
So chorus.
Yeah,
then,
chorus.
Chorus, and then we're done.
Basically. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I think from your version, I've only heard John's version. I'm not seeing his tab yet, actually, so I'm terrified about seeing that. But I just paired this right back to there's an intro. The verses are pretty much the same, and then there's a chorus, and that's it. That's the three parts of the song. The intro does come in sort of midway into the song again, but once you've got those three parts down, you've basically got human nature.
That's right.
That sounds really. You've got once you've learned three parts of a song, you've developed human nature.
Human nature.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, obviously something you don't have until you learn to play this. So,
right. Okay. So.
And well, surprise, surprise, it's back to G and A. So.
Yeah. So yeah. So let's think. So in it, I just start with a nice simple.
Well, that's the melody.
And then
so
you're back to
okay.
the G, the A, and then I'm trying to get this right. Nope, not right.
Ninth fret.
So I am just plucking the melody there. Again, this is another place where I struggled to actually throw any chords into the mix.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, do you want to play yours, and I'll just see what I can pick up from that there.
Okay. So yeah, again, I was trying to listen to the chords, and basically what we've got is we've got G to A, and when it goes da 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 da, there's a kind of bass run down there. I can't do on the ukulele. It goes back to a G. So what I've got is exactly the same as you, maybe just a bit more of a chord going on. So little funky strum.
Occasionally, when I'm playing that, so sometimes I'll play it dead clean. So sometimes I'll go. Occasionally, I'll throw a few other strums in, and I feel like I can take it there.
That's exactly what you should be doing. Yeah. Because there's not a strong melody; it's two words. You've got two words. Why? So you could just strum that.
Yeah, and that's so to give you that's exactly what I'd do.
All right.
Yeah.
Now
like that.
the next chord. The next chord should be a D chord. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the melody. So where I've got a D chord is an F shape. Okay. Yep. So a barred F shape, all the way up on the 9th fret.
Okay.
That's a D chord. I'm going to take this finger off here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it because I want this note. What is it? E here, and I'm going to play. So that's that D chord, triad, 3 notes, and then with my thumb down. So that's the tell 'em that it's okay. So G, A.
So just can I get that chord just straight where?
So bar across the 9th.
Yep, and I've just got the 10th fret as well.
And just the 10th fret.
And you're just playing the top 3 strings, or technically the bottom 3 strings.
Yeah. And then hitting the note E with my thumb there on the 4th.
Oh, nice, yeah. Okay, I like that.
Okay. Now, sheet music told me that I should play a D over C sharp, which I can't do. So okay. what I've done to get to the next notes after that, so we've got, so that's tell 'em, isn't it?
Yep.
And I'm doing a kind of jazzy thing when I'm playing octaves. So I'm going to play a D, 2 Ds.
Yep.
So a D on the D on the 2nd fret to the 3rd string, and D on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and go down to C sharp.
Yep.
There. Okay,
nice,
and then I'm going to bring a bar up again. So this bar across.
Yep.
All right. So, oops. And so it should be a B minor. So don't play the 4th string. Just just bar across the second fret and play
Okay, yep,
2, 2, 5, and then down to 4.
yep.
And this time I'm going to move the bar up to the 4th fret. I'm not playing the first string, and I've got my finger on the note B here on the 7th fret of the thing. So that's going to be 4, 4,
4,
7.
7. Yeah, I got that.
And then drop down to the note A, 5th fret. Okay, and that gives me a sus chord. Okay, put that all together, it sounds nice. There,
Yeah,
okay?
nice.
Or
yeah,
you can strum it. So I definitely need to plug this. Plug that, and then you can if you want to strum. It sounds nice as well, So
Yep.
and it still sounds quite funky. All right, so that's how I'm putting in the accompaniment to the melody there.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. And then the first part of the chorus repeats again.
Yeah.
So it's, what is it? If they say why, it's just effective. That's the lyrics for that part again.
Does he do me that way?
Yeah, which I was just playing the melody for that. So I'm playing that on the 5th and 7th fret of the A string, and then landed on the E string 7th fret.
Okay.
So how are you playing that part?
You can play something, a fairly neutral chord, G major chord, like that. Just strum it. So 7, 7, 5, and then with the little finger up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I finish by jumping back, and this is probably not correct on the record.
Is that an E minor you're landing on there?
E minor to B minor.
Okay, can you play that? Is that okay?
Yeah. So where were we? So the second part. I'll do it all the way through.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure it's not exactly what they play on the record. I can feel it.
That's okay though. Like
you could finish it. You could finish it with G to A. And then you could do G to
nice.
A.
Yeah.
And I'm doing E minor to B minor. Gives it a little bit of flavour. Okay, so when he goes to the second chorus, then that ending. He goes back into it. Okay, and then there's a little instrumental with some horns. I don't know if they're real horns or synthesizers before it goes back into the. Okay, so yeah, or G. It's okay. Do what you want for that one. Yeah.
Cool. So that's pretty much human nature done. So what I'm hoping is that by having my simple arrangement, John's more complex arrangement, you can either pick one of the two, or you can actually blend the two together yourself, like what we've been trying to do a little bit in this lesson as well.
Yeah, because for sure that my tab will indicate pretty much the melody and some of the chords, but I don't always play it the same way twice. So when it comes to like strumming patterns and things like that, it's always good to have your own ideas. And fill in the gaps in the tab. There are no tabs that are complete. They're never exactly note for note.
And I think
what the artist plays them.
What I will do as well is I'll publish my tab as I've got it right now. But I'm realistically following this lesson. I'm probably going to go away and develop that a little bit further anyway. So I may publish that in the future and just say, look, I took another look at this, so that'll be on Patreon as well.
Yeah, you can do that. All right,
cool. Good. So thanks for watching, everyone, as always. Hope you like it. And yeah, good luck with learning this one. It is a beautiful song. I do think. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a sweet tune.
I wouldn't say I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan. I appreciate his music. He's got some great songs, but it is a really
a lot of it was
song.
the production. Yeah, the production and the songwriting is top notch.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So thanks all, and see you soon.
Yeah, see you next time. Ciao, ciao.